going on, baby? It's your man Mal C, 219 TV, Midwest Connected, Cheeks for Life. And we coming at you with another one about the man Jay Prince. And let's not forget, baby, everyday licensed professionals and life insurance is a must. GoFundMe is not life insurance. And with this one right here, this one, and the reason I'm touching on that, because this situation that these brothers is in, man, it's like, man, it's a crazy thing, man, because these brothers, man, is in a situation, right, where it was all good just a week ago. Literally, you know what I'm saying? It was literally all good, man, you know what I'm saying? And then it went left. But what we witnessing now, let's keep, how real y'all want to keep it? What Jay Prince is witnessing right now, Jay Prince is witnessing, man, he witnessing a change of the guard, as they say. The streets has no love. And that's what everybody, that's what's on display right now. Oh, the streets that came full-fledged to the internet. They know what, you know, now the internet that opened up another game to where now the youngest, because now the old heads that was in the streets, now they have nothing to do, especially if they got money, but sit home, and eventually you start looking at that internet. You start looking at that phone. You know, you start listening to this, listening to that. And, you know, it's crazy how Jay Prince got pulled into this situation. Now, mind y'all, let's take a timeline, because it's funny how everybody now, it's a lot of bandwagon. I'm going to say it, man. I'm going to say it, you know. And now, granted, Prince, everybody feel like Jay Prince was the bully right now, bully Offset, you know what I'm saying? They feel like he bullied Offset. You know, they know you got more pull, you got more soldiers. Everybody know you in a more of a stronger position than Offset. So everybody was like, come on, man, you ain't have to go that hard on the younger, you know. That's basically what that was. So, you know, Jay Prince kind of lost the OG stripe for that. Everybody respected, you know, like his church said, respect. Everybody had respect, but if you know Jay Prince, you know that's been his thing for years. Respect. Now, mind you, peep the timeline. Jay Prince had an affiliation with Hooverman for a long time. Jay Prince them from Texas. They from the South. They gang bang and do their thing different, but we all know the areas that the original gang banging and structure moving in the streets came from. You know, the Chicago area, we the only area, the Gary and Indiana area. You feel what I'm saying? Those areas is like a structure with the gang situation. Cali, you know, and it spread from there. Texas had their thing, but Crips and Bloods didn't sprout in Texas. It came down to Texas. It came down south. 89, early 90s. I remember going down south in the early 80s, when I was 19th grade, late 80s, 90s, when after Colors, when Crips and Blood were just getting there, but we had been doing what we was doing. So that was the movement, and when we was there, wasn't no Crips and Bloods. To this day, it still ain't no sets of cars really moving that hard in the Midwest like that. Not in Chicago or Gary, other places in the Midwest maybe. But with that being said, because I want you to peep the timeline, Jay Prince got that affiliation with Hoover. Some way, somehow, they connected back in them days. You know, Jay Prince came to Chicago through concerts, you know, back in the day, like early 90s when the Resurrection album was out. When he put Hoover on the album back then, he didn't click it. So he didn't peep how Hoover structured and moved his thing. That's when he started going mob ties. He started going mob ties after chilling with Hoover. That's why he checked Offset and told him something. When he said to him about you, the flag you waving, I'm like, damn, Jay Prince gang banging that? Now, I'm like, okay, I ain't, you know, just look at you as a Houston gangster. But I can understand why he respect that structure. You know, I understand it. I've seen it growing up. You know, got a lot of friends and family members on both sides of the thing. You know, the Lords and the G's and all that. You in that area, you're going to have family members on the other side. You're going to have friends. You're going to have people on the other side. That's just how it is. But let's keep it what it is, man. Let's keep it to what it is. All of a sudden, everybody on the Jay Prince this, Jay Prince that. Half y'all know if he pull up, your nuts is in your hand. Straight up. If he pull up on you, if he really had time for a lot of y'all, you know, it wouldn't be the same energy. Let's just say that. Cause he ain't crazy. You think he pulling up dolo? You think he gonna pull up to you one-on-one with a fade? He coming with soldiers because he got the paper to play. See, now that's the difference though. See, Offset talking, that he had a paper to play. But now what was sad, if y'all both under that flag or that umbrella of the same thing, of the guys, then it should have been handled a little different. Like they said, you aided and assisted that brother at one time. Prince shouldn't have spoke on that, but for whatever reason. But now, mind you, it's murder in play. And with it being murder in play, let's keep it street, man. Because see, one minute everybody want to be John Gotti, the mobsters. We recognize that code. But this is why the streets, the hood, blacks, we gangbang. We don't do the mob thing. You know why? Because there's too much respect involved with the mob situation. That's why we will never roll like the mob. Because our respect ain't that deep rooted. We respect you to a certain point. It's sad, but it's true. There's only a few that we respect throughout. You know what I mean? Even with the gangbang, they respect you till you get to your first seat, your second seat, whatever you get to, da-da-da-da, you calling meetings. All that was old structure. These new ones, they quit respecting that. When the old heads start getting locked and knocked, you know what I'm saying? The youngest quit respecting that, like in the early 90s, late 90s, you know what I'm saying? So all this was going on with them is a sum of that. And Whack come from that. See, you know what I'm saying? Whack come from that era. He's an old gangbanger. He's an old Cali gangbanger. You feel what I'm saying? So whatever beef he had with Jay Prince, Whack like, this the perfect time to jump on the takeoff side. Yeah, whatever Jay Prince say, I'm with the crowd. You know that it's a court of opinion. But for a minute, 2, 3, 4 years ago, I ain't hear nobody talking this crazy about Jay Prince. That's why the industry and the streets is so fickle. And these digital internet streets is the same. The internet is real. Because if you talk enough shit to the right one and they can run up on you, they will. Let's not get it twisted. The internet is what it is, but the internet, a lot of people also got done in by locations and all of that and internet. So let's not play with it like that. When people got paper to play, you got to watch what you say. It is what it is. You got to watch what you say. And you know, rest in peace to Takeoff. But you also know, peep the timeline, QC had a situation. Through all this, nobody knew that QC was working a deal to sell a label that they did for the 300 million. 300 million. So if they sell a label, what that means? The Offset and QC, that's why Offset left the group. He wanted his masters, he wanted all that. QC like, hold on, young boy. Hold on. We got plans for that. We gonna pay you handsomely, though. You know, they gonna pay you handsomely. Now, that's the music business 101. We'll come back with little videos on that. Just entertainment industry, how that works. But, so when he fell out and left the group, and them two was over there doing what they do, Q had them. He had Lil Baby. He had Yachty or somebody. So that's who all on QC. So that's who got sold in the $300 million deal. But when he left, he left. But when Jay Prince brought that up, now this is my thing. Some had to be said to make Prince feel like, yo, man, listen here. I don't think Jay Prince was scared. I just think he had an old head gangster flashback moment. Like, what? You threatening who? Because Jay Prince got to know, every dog has his day, especially on these streets. There's always a young one up and coming. That's why I see like the mob, they respect and get around that old one and let him do what he do. Shiesty things go on behind doors. But with us, we not paying up no money. We not finna do none of that for so long. And that started with our generation. You know, that 90s era, that's when it started with the disrespect. It started a lot of rebelling, it started a lot of renegade, a lot of dudes clicking off. That's when it started. So all this is a product of all of that. And Jay Prince saw how that Hoover shit ran. That's when he came with the respect and the loyalty after they was the Ghetto Boys. He was already a known gangster for getting money where he was at. So the checking in shit is like, That's how they do everybody, but it ain't like he was, like he say, he ain't getting paid off that. Now, I don't know. You might behind the scenes, some people might look out for the cookout. You know, that's what how you run your program, how you run your program. But like he say, a real one ain't. So if you was real and wasn't with it, they probably wasn't tripping off you. But hey, you handle yours. So for that situation to go south, now you not QC was selling the label. So why you now see why you had them down there rolling like that? No security, no heavy hitters. They down there borrowing guns. What? Ain't no way in the hell I'm rolling like that, and we still want to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out to keep that off. You know, people go gamble. That's what we do. We doing what dudes with money do. They doing what not we, but they doing what dudes with money do. They got money. They rolling like every dude when he get money from a shorty. You want to live like them guys in the hood. But son, you got to keep it in perspective. Like they say, when Quavo was popping off, they were saying he wasn't really like that before the money. He wasn't that dude. He really wasn't that dude. And I think a lot of people kind of feeling that like, come on, Prince, you know, but you know, hey, Taco got to talking and his man jumped the gun like he had to borrow a gun on top of that. But his man say they just didn't look right. He got nervous, so his dudes was probably nervous. But when you gangster trying to roll with certain crowds, I done been to a lot of different cities, Dolo. When you rolling with, you gotta just, it's a certain way you got to know. But when people ain't really with that and they ain't used to that, like Pat now, and they just get to shooting wild, and that's really how Takeoff got killed. Like we say, Duke the Jeweler, probably something different. But know that. Jay Prince Jr., you just, everybody know what that is. You're running off, you know, it's always a Jay Prince Jr. in every hood. Your family is them guys and you eat off of that. And it is what it is. But it's just not like they, what Malcolm X say, those chickens are coming to roost or whatever. The streets is eating his own. The streets will eat his own. And what we witnessing right now is everybody jumping on the bandwagon for Jay Prince. But is it hate or is it fear? Because see, it must be fear. Because a lot of people, I ain't hear all these videos say they must have the nuts to really come at the man. And mind y'all, this is what now I will say this. A lot of how you handle shit as an OG was kind of, you know, man, you lost points for that. Because people thought you was a bigger boss than that to come down to this internet level. But at the same time, I feel like he like, yo, this how y'all want to do it. This how we going to do it. But he going all out for his respect. He live and die by that. And so you got to look at that. The man's sons is in the middle of this. If you think for once he going to abandon his sons to appease for the approval or to do what's right or sympathy for them, because somebody else, you think he going to abandon his sons? I feel him, man. I ain't leaving my seat. So what he did, Jay Prince really stepped in to deal with this for his boys. He didn't kind of got in too deep. He didn't kind of step aside, let me do the talking. And when he saw people wasn't really bowing down to what he was saying, now he's starting to flex on him. But you know, this is a new era. But you know, he ain't the police. He know what he can say, can't say. He done played with the feds. You know, you don't know. I ain't gonna say I don't know. You don't know who the police. Now I done seen that too. I done seen some killers. Hey, that work with him too. So it's just like, yo, man. Man, I ain't speaking on that, but what I am speaking on is this. Everybody say what they say, but all the bandwagon gangbangers getting pumped up by whack, and everybody want the views and likes. Hey, Jay Prince this. But why people ain't been saying it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to say about certain guys, but it is what it is. So know what you up against. As long as he know what he up against, because understand, he had a relationship with the GDs and other people for years. I don't know what it's like in Cali. All I know is through that Midwest region, you know, as far as up in that area, you know, they connected with guys. They tapped in with guys. They tapped in. So he talked, so that, you know, that's what that was. When they go to them cities, they got with them guys. Talk to guys like JoJo Capone. I'm sure they can let you know. So it's a crazy thing, but Wack kind of jumping in the mix. QC was selling the label. I feel bad for Quavo because that was his nephew. You know what I'm saying? That was his nephew. So by that being his nephew, no, he's still going through it. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man. What y'all think about this, man? Drop something in the comments. But the chicken's coming home to roost, baby. street setting the tone. All that street stuff and all that is coming to fruition now. And what's happening is, man, the old heads, see what's gonna happen, the old heads that came to the internet. Shit done got rid. Call it what it is. Old heads, y'all done pitched the ball. We ain't got nothing to do. We done came to the internet. Now the youngers is like, hey, we popping, and hey, understand that. But we don't need an old school versus new school because nobody wins. When the family fight, we all lose. In the streets, we all one family, baby. But when we fight, we all lose. But we finna take a loss because it's finna be some fight. Because they just gonna come back with another video because I think somebody in mob ties got shot. But yo, what you think about it, man? Drop something in the comments. Did the old man go too far to protect his sons? I can't say he did because, hey, if it's him, if it's them or them, if it's his sons or them, he riding with his sons, man. And he done jumped knee deep in to protect his boys, so now he in it, and he got to figure it out, man. But I hope these brothers all work that out, man. And you know, we need peace, man. But if the family fight, we all lose. So what y'all think about it, man? Drop something in the comment, baby. Cheeks for life, you know what I mean? It's crazy right here. It's crazy right here. Oh, it is. Everybody gang banging bandwagon.